Really? That's how we're starting the video? Just that kind of day. Feeling good. Feeling full. This full is feeling full. But really what we're talking about today is dieting, tracking macros, going out of your way to not be full, being hungry. It sucks. Being hungry, having that rumbly in your tumbly as you're going to bed, my God, it's fucking brutal. It's always that next day after a night like that you have that next breakthrough, release a little water, release a little fat, and you're like, damn, I'm looking pretty good. So it all works out. Tracking macros is like, there's so many layers and levels and reasons to why it's massively beneficial for getting your result, for creating godlike discipline. Anyone that's tracked macros consistently for weeks, months, or years, they know exactly what I'm talking about. When you can have the restraint to hit your daily carbs, fats, proteins, daily calories, know that that's it. Closing the door, sealing the gate, no more foods going in for the rest of the day. When you can do that for multiple days in a row indefinitely, you feel unstoppable. You feel like there's nothing you can't do, because it's honestly, this is me having some empathy for the fat motherfuckers that just can't get it together. It's honestly one of the hardest things to do in this fucking life, is properly diet. Have that self-restraint, especially for a very long fucking time. Doing it one day is hard. One fucking day. Tracking macros to the T and not consuming more food once you've hit your daily total, it's difficult for one fucking day. And depending on how much fucking fat is all over your body, you might have to do it for 300 days in a row. 600 days in a row. Holy shit. But also, I want to highlight some things that are massively beneficial about it that aren't not as obvious. Every diet system is going to have its rules. Carnivore, you only eat meat. It's very easy, it's very simple, it's easy to follow. You have one fucking rule. Keto, similar with a few other things you can add, etc., etc. With tracking macros, you can literally eat whatever you want. You can eat whatever you want, as long as at the end of the day, you've hit your numbers. Protein being priority number one, carbs and fats, if you go over on one and have less of the other, in the grand scheme of things, it's not that big of a deal. But beyond that, you can have whatever you want. For breakfast every single morning, you could have a slice of cheesecake with 2 Oreos on it and a big glass of milk. You could. Probably wouldn't have the best morning workout. When you realize you've hit your daily calories early on in the day, you would probably regret it. Like, damn, I would have loved to use that space, that room on something that would have kept me more full. But ultimately, at the end of the day, you can eat whatever you want until you can't. So that's the freedom aspect of tracking macros that a lot of people sleep on. There are a lot of freedoms in it. There's a lot of liberties in it. But then when it's done, it's fucking done. And it's a mind fuck. When you put in that last meal and you're still going to be awake for 2 or 3 or 4 hours and you're like, wait a minute, nothing, that's it? Nothing else? You're still hungry, you still have cravings, there's shit in the pantry, there's stuff in the fridge that's calling out to you. It's a mind fuck. And then you get the opportunity to prove to yourself that you care about your goal in the first place. And if you pull it off, it's going to build massive confidence. And if you don't pull it off, it's going to take away confidence. I can't encourage anyone on this planet enough to fully pour themselves into this process and just see what happens. Worst case scenario, a month in, 2 months in, you do something else. I know in my heart tracking macros is the most unbeatable, the most bulletproof, hands down the best system for losing weight or intelligently gaining weight, getting the body of your dreams. Nothing beats it, but at the end of the day, there are other systems. Carnivore can be great for people. OMAD can be great. Having a giant gut-busting feast once every 36 hours can be a great system for some people. It can absolutely be a good system. But again, and I've done a lot of extreme fasting. I used to think that took more discipline. After doing both, fasting is easy because you have one rule: don't eat. I was doing like 36-hour fasts, 72-hour fasts, and then I would get a fucking catering family feast from a restaurant, just go absolute bananas, and then not eat again for like 2 or 3 or 4 days. Honestly, that's way easier because you have one rule: just don't eat. Tracking macros, every single meal, every few hours, you have an opportunity to be on point or not be on point. You have an opportunity to win or you have an opportunity to lose. And your mind, the mind will play so many tricks on you. It'll say, yeah, but don't we have like a big workout tomorrow? We probably should eat more. It would actually be even better for our goals if we eat more. It's gonna trick you. It's gonna find whatever anchors, whatever levers it can pull that work for you specifically. It's gonna fuck with you. And conquering those tests day in, day out, you're gonna feel unstoppable. You're gonna have confidence you never knew possible. You're gonna feel so mentally powerful that it goes way beyond dieting. It goes way beyond getting the result. By the time you get the result, you're like, that's like the icing on the cake. I got way more out of this than just a fucking six-pack and some veins. I like the six-pack. I like the veins. I like looking good. But what you gain here will carry over into every area of your life. I promise you. Tracking macros will change your life. Let me know if you need help setting up your macros, setting up your plan. Hit me up on Instagram. I'll do it all for you. Let's get to work.